Yes. Welcome to the BS with Tina and Company. We in the building. We back here. You already know what it is. I'm in attendance. And I have a special guest in the building. I have my childhood friend who I discovered recently on Instagram. And if you follow me, you saw that I had reposted, and she's amazing. She's strong, she's powerful, and she gives a good word every time she comes on. It's worth watching her stories. Miss Loretta Johnson is in the building.
Thank you for having me. LJ the Peacemaker here with a peaceful message every day, all day.
LJ the Peacemaker, and that's exactly what you are. I like I was saying, Yvonne had copied your story. I mean, she had tagged me to your story, and she was like, "You remember Loretta?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
I'm unforgettable. No,
yes.
Let me stop. I keep it humble.
No, always a beautiful person. You know, Maritza told me to mention how you were her Halloween baby.
Yes.
And your grandma used to make the best Halloween parties. Yeah, so we were just talking, we were just hanging out actually. They were like, "Oh, I wish I could be there." So they all send their love.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, they all send their love. Thank you, Loretta. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your words of wisdom, of knowledge, experience, and things that you follow every single day, because I know it's a struggle. I know it's a battle every single day. But I want to start from the beginning. Where did you go to school to be a speaker, or?
No, actually, I mean, my path really evolved organically. I feel like I was just gifted with a natural ability to connect with people. And throughout my life, there have been so many struggles, so many trials, tribulations, and it really made me want to figure out how to live this life right. Because I'm like, why am I working so hard, giving my best effort, and it's killing me? And I'm trying to get ahead, but it seems like I'm going backwards. Must be something wrong with my approach. So that really led me to try to figure this thing out. And with that, I turned to God, because I'm looking at the people like they don't know what the hell they're doing, so can't follow them. I'm like, maybe it's
like you're
God.
going the wrong way.
But with that, I prayed for wisdom and understanding, and I really began to walk this out and do the best that I could to develop understandings of what was happening and how to approach things from a positive perspective.
Yeah. So when you say things were happening and you had to change your way of thinking, what are some things that if you don't mind sharing?
Girl. I mean, it's funny because I feel like I could write volumes upon volumes of just my story. Yeah, exactly. That's my next step. But so I'll just back it up a little bit to last year, 2020. I mean, the year started off and I was really, really sick. I had been diagnosed several years ago with all these autoimmune conditions, and they were really taking a toll on me. And it was to the point where I had almost fully lost the use of my hands.
Okay. So they didn't diagnose you, so you just feeling weak, you feeling...
Well, so I had been diagnosed years prior. So I always felt like, okay, they said I got these issues, but I have 3 kids. I'm a single mom. I got to work.
Okay.
I don't got time for that. Okay, give me the medicine. I'll take it for 2 months. Then I'll throw it out the window. So that was kind of my methods, which obviously was not a healthy one, So really just working really hard and working myself to death, to the point, like I said, I could not fully use my hands. And I mean, I was walking around faking jacks, not telling nobody, "How you doing?" "Oh, I'm great. Got to go to work." "Oh, here's dinner, kids." Exactly. And it got to a point where I couldn't go to work no more. I had to be hospitalized during the height of COVID. So, because I required 2 blood transfusions. So that was pretty difficult, and then, so I decided, okay, I'm gonna get myself well, revamp my lifestyle, and really make my health a priority. And then shortly after that, my dad passed away. Yeah, thank you. Which was so, like, I don't know, it was just a very weird scenario because I found out my dad passed in June. Meanwhile, he had passed in April. And throughout the course of that time, nobody claimed his body. So he was left like pretty much unwanted. So then here I am in a weakened state trying to get well. And then this falls in my lap. So then that became my responsibility to make sure I did right by my father, which I was feeling a kind of way too, because I'm like, wait, he died of cancer. He didn't tell nobody. He didn't reach out to me. And I mean, granted, we didn't speak every day, or even every month. However,
it's still
yeah. So that was a lot to deal with.
You have to, yes.
And then the final thing that really just like broke me down was I had been in a relationship with someone for 2 years. And granted, we barely saw each other because I was busy. I had kids and they were my main priority and not him, which, I can be honest about that. But so I called him one day and then some other female answered the phone. So that like blindsided me. I was just like, what? Because I really didn't see that coming. And then, that compounding with everything else that I had gone through, it just completely wiped me out. Shit. I was like brokenhearted, devastated, like didn't know if I was coming or going. So I started drinking. I was drinking all day, every day for a good 3 months.
Trying to just heal.
Because not really, I felt like I fell down on ice and like I kept trying to get up, but I kept slipping and kept slipping. So it was almost like I couldn't get up.
And for 20 backwards.
So, one day, it was actually last year, the day before Thanksgiving, I was drinking all day, drinking. And then by that night, I lost it. I blacked out. I flipped out on my sister. I was just wilding throughout the house. My kids are crying. My mom's looking terrorized. Wow. Everybody's like, well, who's this monster? And I woke up the next morning disgusted, humiliated, ashamed. I mean, beyond. And at that moment, I decided I'm not going to live like this anymore.
Last year.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
And it's been, definitely a hard journey, but I realized that when we truly make a decision to make a change and we remove anything else out of the way, then we will definitely accomplish whatever it is we set out to. And I mean, honestly, yes. I recognize now.
I agree with that. 100%.
It was the path. Yeah, thank you.
110%.
It's like now I recognize that this was the path to my destiny because now I'm not looking back. I'm only looking forward and I'm really manifesting whatever it is I desire. And my true purpose. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you.
So happy to hear that.
My true purpose, I realize, is to love people. And that's what I'm doing all the way, not halfway, not afraid, not whatever.
You speak
I love
my
you.
language.
That's it.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, why is that so hard? Why is that so hard for some people to do, or for just some people to understand? Like, they confuse that. They confuse it for jealousy or envy or funny shit or you love me too much because you want something in return, or you flirtatious, or you just like people. No, you just love people, like the connection, the spirituality, what the above lands created for us.
Right, exactly. And I mean, the truth is we're supposed to love one another. Like, that's what it's really all about. That's what really makes us feel good, But I feel like I was always had this natural desire to love people and shine light on people, but the world makes you feel like something's wrong with that. They make you feel like an idiot, a sucker, and a fool. Yes, so you kind of fall back. And it took me a lifetime to really, I guess, boss up and say, I love people and I don't care.
Yes.
Or I do care, should I say.
We do care. And we have to love ourselves more.
That's it.
it's important to love ourselves more than we love people.
Right.
Because if not, we get caught up in just, just satisfying in how people want us to be. And then we get to a point that we lose ourselves.
Right.
We lose what we want. We lose what we thought we wanted. We lose the people around us because, it's like, it's this facade.
Right.
It's a facade that, because it is the truth, but it's also, if you love more than you love yourself, that doesn't work.
Right. And the thing is, it's like, most of the issues that we have and the nonsense we entertain is due to self-worth issues. We don't feel good enough. We don't recognize that if I just sit here and do nothing, or I sit here and I fumble my words and make a mistake, I'm still good enough. I'm still whole good, yes. And I'm still complete.
Absolutely.
And without us recognizing that, we start looking for external things to try to fill those voids.
And people to fill
exactly them. When really it's all about in here, what you're doing. And I mean, that's part of the journey that I've been on, really cultivating myself. And only through that am I able to sit here before you and say what I really mean.
Yes.
Otherwise, I would be too afraid.
Absolutely. And good for you. I had this girl, Janessa Rose Perez. She wrote a book.
I started following her because you had reposted some of her stuff. I was like, okay, warrior.
She is like all about internal manifesting and, living to your higher being, your higher self, and, and knowing that, helping people to be their best person is not a lack on your part. It's not going to take away from you. It's not going to, if you do it in the right mind, if you do it in the right state, if you do it. And she's amazing. And you remind me a lot of the things that, she says, and just like uplifting and building and, empowering and knowing that tomorrow is going to be a sunny day. You know what I mean? Tomorrow, whenever that is, like, it's going to come. So I give it to you, Loretta, because I know that you've been through some things, and, it's easy for people like us who have been through things and just like, serve off negativity, or, just be stuck in that, in that mind frame and that mindset that, if it's not good for me, then, I don't really care about other people. Right. Or, just not having that goal to, people cannot live long enough to make their own mistakes. So let me try and teach you a little something.
Right.
So, and I know that you're going through some things with, with your health issues and with your son. And I know that it's like, it's a battle. How do you find that light? How do you do it? You said something. You said you was in the hospital and you said, I don't want to leave. But if I don't leave, then how am I supposed to take care of him?
Right. It's really interesting that you mentioned that, because that was a really, really profound lesson for me, and through living the wrong way, over sacrificing for my kids, over exerting myself, over not putting myself on my priority list, doing that to an extreme is what had me in poor health and in, just a bad situation. So now that I have, really made my health a priority and really made taking care of myself the main part of my lifestyle, I recognize that all of that is not selfish. I'm doing that so that I could show up for when my kids need me. When there's a crisis, I could show up strong and powerful, not limping, not in pain, and not, a mess. I want to be here so that they can lean on me, but it's something, because when my son first got in the hospital, I was like, oh, I'm never leaving him. I'm staying right here the whole time. And then I stayed there about 2 nights, sleeping on a reclining chair that had my body hurting. And then it became clear. My spirit was like, girl, if you don't leave, you're going to be in the hospital.
Exactly.
And it was like, I really had to accept that me leaving was me being there for my son. And it's like, okay, what a paradox.
Wow. That realization is honorable, because the selfishness in us doesn't,
Right.
it's just being selfish.
Right.
That's all it is. Not doing that part, like
Right.
not going home, not making sure everything is taken care of, not, and I have that bad habit of, like, when things happen, I just like I fall all over the place. I'm like, I can't do anything. I can't think. I can't focus. And that's not a good thing.
Right. And I mean,
Taking
honestly,
control.
It's natural to respond that way. You know what I'm saying? Something hits you like a ton of bricks, you fall. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But like, what I have really done and made a part of my lifestyle is to daily just really set clear intentions and to, foster really, really
do different
strong
what
habits.
you did, what you did before, do it differently.
Exactly.
Right? Like,
And
if
so
that didn't work.
Right, exactly. And so, really trying to be proactive as well. So with regards to, like, say problems arise, problems arise constantly. And one of the Post-its I have on my wall, because there's lots around my room, but one of them is that I'm solution oriented. So I started declaring that every day. Every day I get up, I look, I'm solution oriented every day.
I'm going to use that, solution oriented.
The first day I'm not solution oriented, but I've already taken a stand that this is who I'm going to be. This is my target, and my eye is on the prize. And the thing is, if we don't set clear targets, then we'll never hit it. Because there's no target,
Exactly.
And
if you wake up with that, that monkey on your back, that
Right.
grudge, that hate, that, the negativity, all you're going to do is trail along with that whole time. So
Exactly.
if you don't divert your energy towards positivity, I'm not going to allow this to take me there.
Right.
I'm not going to let, that's powerful. And that's hard work.
I mean, it's definitely hard work, but the thing is that the recipe is simple. You know what I'm saying?
The recipe is very
So
simple.
it's really about the consistency, because we're not always going to hit the mark.
No.
But when we don't hit the mark, we don't change the mark. Okay. That's really the main thing. Okay, messed up today, but tomorrow I'm still aiming at that same target. Okay. Keep aiming at it. And I mean, it's only simple logic. Eventually, you're going to hit it. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the point where I'm at now. I feel like people see me and it's like, oh, I maintain this positive mindset. But this was work. This whole last year has been me every day doing it like a workout routine, working my mind, and really
it's a muscle, and you have to train it.
Exactly. Yes. And really beginning to understand like how we operate, because I feel like we're spiritual beings having a physical experience, but everything we're taught is about physicality and the physical realm. Meanwhile, the spirit is higher than that. So we're learning everything on a lower plane. Level, yes. So how can we achieve power when we're down here, But so something else that I would like to share is that whatever we focus on expands. You know what I'm saying? It expands in our mind, in our perspective. So it's like, okay, if I see this thing here, I start thinking, or I meet this guy. I just met him. He's not in my thoughts, but now I'm thinking about him. And I keep doing it every day. Next thing you know, all I'm thinking about is him, And so we have a tendency to focus on the negative things, our problems, the things we don't like, the things we don't want. Oh, I got this bill coming up. Now you're losing your mind, because that's expanding in your perspective. Yes. And what I recognize is that if we really focus our attention on the things we actually want, then those will begin to expand. Yes. So it's really like you just flip it, No,
that's it. It's and it's just like you said. It's the recipe is very simple.
Yes,
you have the recipe, and I feel like that. I'm not dealing with nothing, like no self-inflicted problems. I'm not doing it. I'm like I'm short fused. Call me whatever you want. I'm not dealing with it. inevitable, things I cannot have no control over, I mean, that's what I have to deal with. But I'm not dealing with nothing less than that shit.
I feel you.
I'm
I
like,
feel
I'm
you.
done. 40 years old. 40 was like, bitch, knock, knock. That's it. Time's up.
Yes.
Time's up.
Yes.
I'm not. And sometimes I'm like, where the hell did this bitch come from? And they like, why you acting like that? But it's necessary.
Absolutely. And it's your right to, not have to deal with people's crap. You don't have to do
It
that.
don't matter who it is. Like, just like, no is no.
Right.
I don't have to give you an explanation. I don't have to, you should not have to. And I don't expect anyone to do that for me either. You know, I expect it for my children. I need an explanation. Where you at? What you doing? But no one else. Like, no one's the ruler. No one's the boss of you. No one tells you when and where or how. And I don't want it for me, and I don't want it for anyone. So I think those are where the more problems come from, like expectation and what we want from people and what we want them to do for us and what we can. It's like so much of that and less of just love, like you said.
No, it's very, very
and acceptance
true.
and understanding who, what people come with. That's it. Simple.
Right. And I mean, the truth is that each of our main responsibility is to do our life well, and people have a tendency to expect you to do part of theirs, or you to be there to fill their void, or you to help them through their issue, when where are they with your issue? And honestly, we each don't even have the capacity to fix somebody else's issue. So,
we do not have the capacity, people, to help you fix your whatever it is, your damaged upbringing, just situations that you insecurities, whatever it is. Like, people are not responsible for that. Like, helping you get a fucking driver's license, for God's sake. Like, whatever it is. Like, you didn't help me. You drive. You should have helped me get it. Like, just simple shit. Like, you have to take control.
Yes.
And say, this is what I want. And it's not simple. Loretta said, you have the recipe. It's hard, but you have it. And I think, it'll be a better place.
No, absolutely.
More compassion, more love.
Absolutely. And I mean, really, we each need to recognize that we are already starting off complete. You know what I'm saying? So really letting go of the stuff is the main issue. That's where the healing begins. We want to carry
letting
all
go
this
of the
baggage.
trauma, you saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
We want to carry all the baggage. And granted, it hurts, it's painful, and it becomes, part of,
but it
we
haunts
think
you.
It's part of who we are. But if we recognize that we are so much more than just that thing that happened to you, then you can begin to try to be the whole person that you are meant to be, not just the person that, I don't know, went through this terrible thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I feel like part of what I focused on was not being a victim. Me, I refuse to be a victim. I don't care what happened to me. I don't care who did it, how they did it. They could have tied me up, handcuffed me, chained me. I'm not their victim.
On them. Yes.
When I come out of this, I am in charge of my life, and whatever mountain I got to climb to get over this thing, then I'm committed to doing that. And I mean, people, a lot of times they feel like they're not able to do it, or they can't, or they're not good enough, or not worth it. And I mean, that's really what I'm here to tell people. You are worth it. You are good enough. There's nothing that separates one of us from another. We're all very valuable. We're all very talented. We have, special gifts that the world needs. And it's for us to get to the place in ourselves where we're able to really shine our light.
Absolutely. And you're not exempt, because we all have these issues. We all have these things, these struggles, these battles, these trials and tribulations. Yes. And we are talking about getting over these motherfuckers. Excuse my French.
Right.
We talking about moving forward and finding our gifts and shining light on that and passing off our experiences and our lessons and telling people about them so that they can tell their story so that they can give their message out so that someone can hear. I mean, come on.
That's right. We all got a message. We all have a message.
How beautiful is that to give? Look, he's over there bobbing his head. Like, yeah, talk some more. Tell me a little bit more about that. So tell me, Loretta, what are you doing now? Like,
so I just recently launched like my personal empowerment coaching program, which I'm so excited about because I'm like,
I have to go, I have to log on, visit, all that. So make sure you tag me on all that.
Okay, I definitely will. And really, it's just helping people to.
So what is it exactly like?
So it will be like different group meetings,
Okay.
Like group coaching sessions, which really I'm just sharing with people like skills that they can put into place to really lead a more peaceful life. And it's really helping people to create a peaceful path so that they can lead more peaceful, more purposeful, more fulfilled lives. And recognizing that, really cultivating peace in yourself is what is going to allow you to truly love others.
It's all
That's it.
Within yourself.
Yes.
It's in your mind. It's in your heart.
Absolutely.
And so these people, when they come, they ask like specific questions, or do you have like a general?
Well, so currently it's virtual.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
So basically, there's like a lesson that I would give for that week, and then it's open to questions and answer segment.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes. So that way people really come away from it with an understanding of, what I'm talking about. And because I recognize that, in my mind, because I'm living it, this all is normal for me now.
Yeah.
But,
sure.
I realize to other people
life.
it might be something foreign. They never thought of that before. Or, nobody ever shared a perspective with them like that. And so I recognize that. And I definitely want to make sure that I'm meeting people where they're at. Yes. Because people deserve that. We're all at different places.
No, and you're definitely serving that because even when you speak in your videos, it's like so calming and relaxing, and just it's like your words, and you definitely gonna reach that goal. And I want to participate.
I would love to have you.
Yes, absolutely. I want to listen in. And so where they could reach you, like to.
Well, I mean, right now the easiest way, you can just message me on Instagram. Because that's just simple. One place, one-stop shop.
Yes, we need Instagram sponsors because we love Instagram.
Absolutely. Right, exactly.
So tell me, LJ
_the _peacemaker.
Yes,
thank you.
So you can follow Loretta Johnson there. And so you are promoting this now. Are you by yourself or are you with someone?
No, it's just me, myself, and I. Yes. And it's something.
So we are moving and shaking out here, baby.
That's right. The entrepreneurial spirit is alive and well, and just really making things happen.
Ma. I love it. So when did you start? Like, you always used to speak, because I know you always used to post and speak. So
I feel like this was always the person that I was. Under all the other junk.
Yes.
And, I always had a desire.
You have to go through something so that you can speak about.
Exactly.
And you went through enough stuff to share that story.
So it's like, I was always, I guess, trying, so to speak, to live this mission.
Okay.
But, I feel like I was a slave to my life, a slave to the bills, a slave to like just the overwhelm in my mind. Got to do this, got to do that, can't stop.
Yes.
Exactly. And so with that, I kept working a job and just kept doing everything that I thought was the right things to do.
Yes.
But now I realize that this is the right thing to do for me because this is what I was made to do. Right? Yes.
It just feels so good. Like these conversations, meeting up with people, like, this pandemic, just like this, oh my gosh, it's such a sad.
Yes.
It's such a sad, sensitive time, and I'm over here like, my social life.
Right.
I'm going bonkers. Like, I was on TikTok like crazy, and I'm just like all over the place because I felt secluded and closed in, and like, billions of us did. And I was like, I need something else. I need something different. And when I did the Let's Talk About It show, I loved it. And it just like, it was something to look forward to. I like to hang out. I like to, chill with my friends. I like to talk. I'm like, this is for me.
Right.
Like, I don't have to go out. I don't have to spend money here. I don't have to go out to the bar and drink. I'm good right here. And so this is like, I'm like, it feels good. I don't know how else to express it, how else to explain it. I was trying to, I work, I do hair, I like to do nails, I like to do makeup, not professionally, but, for fun. And I always loved that, but like speaking to people and hearing their stories and knowing where they came from and how they overcome things, that's like, it's something that's like so powerful, so overwhelming to me. So this is where we are. Yes. And I am so humbled and very honored to have you here because
thank you.
Loretta, we know each other since yay high.
Yes.
And even time and distance and even though we were like, I remember us being very, very young before you left. Yeah. We was probably in our teens. Mm-hmm. And we are 40 and you 39.99. And for you to come on and be open for it and tell your story, and that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Thank you. I truly appreciate it.
The universe brought us here together. Yes. And I'm here for everything that you're doing. Tag me. I repost as much as I can, but I need to repost more because, oh my gosh. Oh, before we go, I need to say something that you wrote here. Let me see. Because I just be on another level with your... Things turn out best for the people who make the best out of the way things turned out. And it's a meme. And you wrote, don't believe the lie that it's just you. Life is hard for everybody. Don't let the circumstances determine who you are. You get to choose who you're going to be. Need peace? I got some. And I'm willing to share. So shout out to my girl, LJ_the_peacemaker. Because that was so powerful, because we are easily led to emotion.
Right.
Which Janessa Rose again said it's not real.
Right.
It's like you said, it's spiritual, it's higher. And, we have to find what's right for us, what leads our heart in the right direction, what, like you said earlier, you contacted this gentleman and then you realize, this girl picks up and it's like you're taken aback, you're taken out of your element.
I was like sideswipe. I was like,
like what the?
Yes.
And, it's not putting it on men or putting it on women. It's human shit. It's not right. It's not something that, you would want to be done to you. Right. So you don't push that forward. And that's what we're doing here. We trying to give forward what we want for ourselves, what we want for our children, because our blessings right now are from our ancestors.
Yes, exactly.
It's from what our grandparents and our great-grandparents wished for us and how we wishing for our children.
Right.
And I hate to say it, but like sometimes you see people and it's like with this heavy, maybe dark spirit, or just like, they just like look like they just full of it and they need some of this guidance. They need some of this. And it's like, that's why you're like that. That's why you're going to continue to be in that light or in that dark.
Right, exactly. And I mean, the thing is, things happen. You know what I'm saying? We can't control what happens, but we can.
But something as far as like, good morning.
Yes.
what's so good about this morning?
Right.
What?
Yeah, some
Like
people
that.
are like that. No, some people are like that. And I mean,
What do you say to that?
honestly, I got a whole bunch. I'm like, what? I would be like many things. The sky is
blue.
one of them. Yeah.
You have your eyes
I'm
open.
like me encountering you in such a sweet way like this with your pleasant attitude.
You're not looking at the back of your eyelids, lady.
Right.
Like, but yeah, it's hard. It's hard. But even the fact that you say, you overcome this every single day, you have your posters everywhere, and you have this goal. It's with certain people, it's hard to stay on that path.
Oh, very true. Very true. And I mean, sometimes there's some people we could just eliminate. Like, some people really don't need to be a part of your life. They're not contributing anything positive, and there's no exchange going on. So with all relationships, there needs to be some kind of exchange.
Even if they've been in your life for 1,000 years.
I mean, if it's somebody you don't want to cut off, then you just need to limit the amount of time you spend with them. Because the truth is, if you're with them and when you leave, now you're all messed up in the head and in a negative mind state, what was really the value of that? Now it's throwing off your stuff that you got to do independently. Because why? Because you don't want to tell them that, oh, it's 5 o'clock. I've been here an hour. I got to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So a lot of it is about setting those clear boundaries and healthy boundaries for yourself, which is not easy. Yes. It's not easy. I mean,
setting boundaries are important in every relationship, friendship, relationship, whatever it is, you need to set boundaries.
And what people, I feel like too, something my daughter taught me, my 21-year-old, because she is very intelligent. Oh, shout out to the fashionable mathematician. This is her clothing line. TFM, TEEFM. Follow her on Instagram. TEEFM. Yes.
Fashionable
mathematician. So this shirt says blasting the fiction out of science fiction. Oh, because it's supernatural.
I love it.
But anyway, so she's a mathematician, a genius. Love it.
Oh, God bless.
That's my girl. She takes after me. No, let me stop. Just kidding. But something she told me was...
and I would say, that's from me.
She told me that, setting boundaries when, the person that you're trying to set these boundaries with, when they give a negative response or a negative reaction, then that's your opportunity to explain to them that I value this relationship and that's why I'm setting these boundaries. Otherwise, you be cut off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if they can understand that
way or yes.
Right. It's like I care about you and I want to continue to interact with you. So let's get some clear safety measures for ourselves,
I know.
And
hard.
I mean, it's definitely hard to say and hard for people to receive. But it is. The best thing we could do is try to just make sure that we're saying things with love. And
absolutely.
Not exactly, and usually that comes across,
and not from our minds,
exactly, or from our stank attitude,
yes, or from things that we've been through in the past,
that's really
or
the
from
main
drama.
Thing. It's like our life experiences shape our perspective, and we often hear about people talking about rose-colored glasses. We be walking around with the glasses of our past pain. So everything we see, oh, you got on that red thing? Oh, that guy used to always wear that red thing. Oh, I don't like her now.
Yes.
And it's like, no.
I'm going through that. And that's so bad. Like, something that I went through in my past, I'm like, let me stay away from that because it may be. And it's not. You know, it's not the same thing. And you have to open your mind to even... I was talking to my coworker and she hasn't been in a relationship in a long time. Oh, I'm not telling you business, but and now she's like, oh, happy and it looks so beautiful. And then she's like, but what about this? And what about that? And I'm like, stop it. Stop. Just let it, just let it happen. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. Like, what do we have to lose? And that's what we hold on to. Oh, I don't want this to be like this. Oh, I don't want it to be like that. Oh, like, we used to be so ignorant, like, oh, I ain't messing with no, I don't know, cancers or whatever.
Right,
It's like, come on, seriously, or no, I'm not messing with no Johnnies. It's like, it's not the same thing.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I think that I need to open my mind a little bit to know that just because I went through that doesn't necessarily mean
Right.
that I'm gonna go through that again.
Right, and recognize that you deserve good things.
And I think I look for the red flags. I'm like, I find somebody else's red flag. I'm like, I think this is it. No, is that it? But yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's like, we all deserve love. We all deserve good things. And those are not going to come to us if we're not open to receiving it. No, and so a lot of times we block our own blessing because we're like, no, I'm not. No. Oh, no, that looks like that. And we shut the door when that could have been the thing we were looking for. And I mean, sometimes it is, sometimes it ain't.
Yes.
But
it's okay to be okay with what's happening at the moment.
Right, exactly. And recognizing that, life is kind of risky. Like, we got to take risks. Be brave, be bold, have courage.
Be bold, have courage. You heard it here first. My girl, Loretta Johnson, is in the building. The BS with Tina and Company. Thank you, Loretta. Oh my God, you have to come back because this is Tina and Company, so it means like we have conversations with other people, and just we link with each other, and we network. Shout out to S.STREET Media. I could never forget about my S.STREET Media crew. Where's my guy with the claps? He's not here right now, but I feel grateful. I feel truly blessed to be here. To speak my story, to hear your story, for everyone, for the people to hear what you have coming up now, and so that they can reach out to you. And it's important. It's really important that we reach out to one another and we connect and we build and we vibe and we talk. We don't do enough talking in our neighborhoods, in our environments, in our areas. So we here. We talking. Loretta, tell them where they can find you again. So
well, you can follow me on Instagram. It's LJ_the_peacemaker because I'm LJ the Peacemaker. Need peace? I got some.
She got it. I love it. Need peace? She got some. Yes. And follow S.STREET Media. Follow Tiance_knows-it-all. Follow us on YouTube, subscribe, like, and share. You already know what it is. We love you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Peace.